Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. First carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his first Pro Bowl last year. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
On second down, McCaffrey takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Here's Bridgewater. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
It's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Wait, that screen 80, goal 50. Come on, dude. Mike 27, he's
throwing on 1st down, it's Brady. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
As a general manager, you're counting on your 1st and 2nd round draft picks to have a big-time impact on your team. But where you make your bones, rounds 3 through 7. If you can find a few diamonds in the rough there, develop them, then you got something going, and we're seeing one right here.
Yeah, plays like that lead me to believe that they found a diamond in the rough. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. To throw is Brady. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And he'll take this all the way down inside. 40.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. McCaffrey. Levante David, the Bucs' leading tackler, 6 of the last 7 years in there to make the stop.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Bridgewater. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet.
3rd down. 3rd and long.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. From the gun, Bridgewater. Open man is Anderson. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. It's a Panthers 1st down, 17 yards on the play.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Got his target, Samuel. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Jones.
7 yards there and a first down.
Only one way to describe Ronald Jones' rookie season with Tampa Bay, and that's disappointing. Drafted to be their lead runner, just 23 carries on a team that ranked 29th in the NFL in rushing.
On first down, Brady. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
To throw, Bridgewater, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. First down, Bridgewater. He'll get that to DeValve, the tight end. The 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10. Throwing, Bridgewater. Thomas has got it, complete. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Vita Vea able to get him for a loss of about 3. Third and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Now Bridgewater. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Ian Thomas, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. And partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern in the middle of the end zone.
And ordinarily, that's a tough spot to find because there's usually coverage to take away that portion.
Extra point try. Make the score 14-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
29, Alpha.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Shotgun now for Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
From the 35 on second down, Bridgewater. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Panthers on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Bridgewater. Found his target. It's Anderson. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
That's good for the Panthers.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Bridgewater now from the 50. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown.